Okay, so this practice will talk about how to solve a rational equations. We have 3x minus 1/2 minus 1x equals to 0. And now they total have 3 terms. So viewing 3x, we can take a look at 3x, we can consider or treat it as 3x over 1. And then we found the least common denominator and multiply them. So we know that the least common denominator is 2x. So we multiply 2x with every terms, the left and the right, both sides. And then we can get rid of the denominator. That's the trick that we learn when we try to simplify the complex rational function. Okay, so for the first one, we have 6x squared. Second one, we cross cancel the 2 with x minus cross cancel the 2 with 2. 0 times everything got 0. Okay, so now let's try to factor this. Do you remember how to solve a polynomial, a trinomial? We factor it, right? So for 2 and 3, negative 2 and 1, right? Because 2 times 3 equals to 6. 1 times negative 2 equals to negative 2. We cross multiply with the negative 4, add 3 equals to negative 1, which is what we want in here. So this is the combination that we have. We have 2x minus plus 1 times 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So by the zero product rule, we have either 2x plus 1 equals to 0 or 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So when we simplify it, we have x equals to negative 1/2 or x equals to 2/3. But you still need to check the answer. You need to check x equals to negative 1/2 when you plug in the original function, especially the denominator. There's a denominator in the x. You need to make sure that this is not equal to 0. So since this is x, if this is 1/2, it's still not equal to 0, so we're good. So that means this is the correct answer, and so does this one. Since x is equal to 2/3, not equal to 0, that means this is a valid solution. Okay, let's do another one. 3 plus 20 over x minus 4 equals to 5x over x minus 4 minus 2. Okay, totally 4 terms. So what you're going to do, 4 terms. So 3 we can treat it as 3 over 1, and 2 we can also treat it as 2 over 1. So 4 terms, the least common denominator should be x minus 4. So that means you want to multiply x minus 4 for every term. Okay, now let's simplify it. I have 3 times x minus 4. These cancel. Plus 20. And then 5x times x minus 4. Oh yeah, this cancel. I'm sorry, this got canceled. Minus 2 times x minus 4. Now simplify it. I have 3x squared minus 12 plus 20 equals to 5x minus 2x plus 8. Don't forget to change the sign. And then we merge the like terms. Did I miss anything? Okay, this is 3x, not 3x squared. I guess I'm really tired. You may notice that I'm recording lots of videos because I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm recording on the same day. Anyway, okay, let's merge the like terms. Less minus 5x on both sides. At the same time, we also add 2x. So x is equal to 0. Uh-oh, something's happening. That's fine. We got 0, so all the x got cancelled. Very good. And then with negative 12 plus 20, this is equals to 8. And 8 is equals to 8. That means what? That means x equals to all the real numbers. X can be all the real number, but except for what? So look at the original problem is 20 over x minus 4. So x is in the denominator. That means x can equals to everything except for 4. Usually if these two is equal, that means x can be any number. But x cannot equal to 4. Why is that? Because when x equals to 4, this denominator from the original function is equal to 0. We know that in a rational expression, x cannot equal to 0. So that means s equals to all the real numbers. That's the sign of all the real number, except for one number, which is 4. Okay. Next, let's do another one. I want to do a complicated one. So, this seems so complicated, but let's try it. I think that's too complicated. Okay, let's do this one. This makes more sense. S minus 1 over x minus 2 plus x plus 4 over 2x plus 1 equals to 1 over 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. Okay, so for this one, we have 3 terms. We need to find the least common denominator. So the first step is you're always trying to factor the common factor out, because once you factor out, maybe it's easier for you to find it instead of just multiply them. Okay, so 2x squared minus 3x minus 2, how do we factor it? So we should have 2x and the x, negative 3, no, negative 2, or maybe 1, yeah, negative 1 and 2. So cross multiply it, we have 4x minus x, which is 3x. Okay, close but not true, because we want negative 3, right? So that means we just need to switch the sign. Instead of a negative 1, positive 2, we have positive 1 and negative 2. Because positive 1 times negative 2, we still have negative 2. Okay, 2x times negative 2, we have negative 4x. X times 1 equals to x, so we have negative 3x. Okay, so that's the combination that we want. 2x at 1, and then x minus 2. Whoa, this is nice. They're the same as this one. So I told you, always factor it first. Okay, so we will write the formula as s minus 1 over x minus 2 plus s plus 4 over 2s plus 1 equal, oh, there's no equal sign here, 1 over, we factor it, we have x 2s plus 1 and then x minus 2. So what's the common factor? Really obvious. It's this guy, right? 2s plus 1 times x plus 2. So that means we need to multiply this guy on every terms. Okay, now we can simplify it. They both have x minus 2 for the first term. We cross cancel the second one. The third one is the easiest one. Okay, so we end up to have x minus 1 parentheses times 2x plus 1 plus x plus 4 times x minus 2 equals to 1. Now we FOIL it and merge the like terms. It's tedious, but it's not that hard. So I have a 2x squared plus x minus 2x minus 1 plus x squared minus 2x plus 4x minus 8 equals to 1. Again, merge the like terms. 2x squared plus x, we have 3x squared, x minus x, which is negative x, minus another 2x, negative 3x plus 4x. That gives you a positive x. Negative 1, negative 8, which is negative 9, subtract another 1. That's negative 10. So because we want to set the equation equal to 0, that's why we need to subtract this one on both sides. Okay, now we factor it. Whew. We factor it again so that we can solve for s. So 3x and the x. So 10 we can factor it as 5 and 2. Let's see if that works. 5 and 2. Oh, doesn't work. It's the opposite. 5x, 5, and 2. So let's do positive 5 and negative 2. You cross multiply. I have negative 6x plus 5x, which is negative x. No, we want it to be positive. That means we want to switch the sign. Negative 5 and positive 2. So we end up to have positive 6x minus 5x and positive x. That's what we want. So we have 3x minus 5 times x plus 2 equals to 0. And then we have either 3x minus 5 equals to 0 or x plus 2 equals to 0. So x either equals to 5/3 or x equals to negative 2. Again, you need to check. If you substitute any of this number and then the denominator equals to 0 or not. If any of this number, after you substitute it, the denominator equals to 0, the function won't work. Then this is not the solution. We need to cross it. But these two both work. So that means we find a solution. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know if you have more questions. Good luck. See you next time.